¡Cállense!
Hello, children.
Hi.
How are we doing today?
Good.
Good. So, have you guys come and got your bags yet today? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Brian, you don't have a bag because you're supposed to be in school. Are you coming to school tomorrow, Brian? Okay, Brian, unmute and talk to me for a minute.
Yeah, I'm going.
You're not coming to school tomorrow?
I'm going to school tomorrow.
Okay, so you actually don't even have to be on this meeting. Because I'll just give you your makeup work tomorrow. If you want to be, you can, but you don't have to be. All right, so if you did come and get your bags today, you're going to have a paper like this inside it. And stapled to your paper is a letter. Okay? Because we are talking about alliterations today. So to start with, I'm going to show you guys a video. Let me see if I can find it though. Hold on one second.
All the science
Okay. So I'm going to show you guys a video and I want you to make sure you're paying attention to it.
At Riversong's Bible said, what is alliteration? More importantly, how can using alliteration make me a better writer? Let's get started. Alliteration is the use of repetitive letter sounds to create a poetic element in writing. We know alliteration begins with the Latin prefix "al," which means to. The Latin literal means level or spread. So when using alliteration, the authors is a difference in the letters being used. But when you're writing a quantity letter, there are different reasons to split this way. Tongue twisters are linguistic uses of alliteration, and often used as ways of referencing understanding alliteration is.
Someone explain to me why Miss P's asked you more than once to be quiet. I told you, I'm sitting right here. I can hear everything. You listen to Miss P the same way you listen to me. She can send you down to Mr. Ben's office as easily as I can. She can call your parents as easily as I can. Do your I ready lesson. All right, guys, so that's what an alliteration is. So we are going to be talking about those today. So I just want to go over a little bit. So here's our little sign. And it says that an alliteration is the repetition of the beginning sound in two or more nearby words. So like it told us before, it's not necessarily the same letter, it's the same sound. Like a K and a C can make the same sound, just like a C and an S can, like nice. That makes the same sound as the S, right? Authors add alliteration to entertain their readers and draw attention to phrase or sentence. So let's read some of these alliterations that I have on my sign here. Silly Susie sings songs while she strolls to the store. Betty baked brownies for her best friend Billy. Miss Miller makes melodies during music. The rain roared right outside my window. The generous gentleman just paid my entire bill. Okay, so those sounds are the same. Now, it mentioned on there, you guys, a famous author that used alliterations a lot. Do you guys remember who it was? Who was it, Nathan?
Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Do you guys know what today is? It's Dr. Seuss's birthday. Did you guys know that? I have no idea how old he would be, but he uses alliteration in his writing a lot. So I'm going to read you guys a Dr. Seuss book. It's called The ABCs. As I'm reading it, I want you guys to listen for the different alliterations, okay? I'm going to turn my camera sideways so you guys can see it. Big A, little a, what begins with A? Aunt Annie's alligator, A, A. Big B, little b. What begins with B? Barbara, baby, bubbles, and a bumblebee. Do you guys hear the alliteration there? We have the B sound, right? Big C, little c. What begins with C? Camel on the ceiling. C, C, C. Camel and ceiling both start with the C. Ooh, here's a fun one. Big D, little d. David, Donald, do. Dreamed a dozen donuts and a duck, dog, too. That was a nice alliteration with all those D sounds. A, B, C, D, E, E, E. Ear, egg, elephant, E, E, E. Big F, little f, 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 F. 4 fluffy feathers on a fiffer, pfeffer, feff. So Dr. Seuss, a lot of times if he couldn't find a word that worked for him, he would just make one up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Goat girl, go-go goggles, G, G, G. Big H, little h. Hungry horse, hey. Hen in a hat, hooray, hooray, hooray. Big I, little I. Ichabod is itchy, so am I. Big J, little j. What begins with J? Jerry Jordan's jelly jar and jam begin that way. Big K, little k. Kitten, kangaroo. Kick a kettle, kite, and a king's ka-choo. Big L, little Lolo, lop. Left leg, lazy lion, licks a lollipop. Big M, little m, many mumbling mice are making midnight music in the moonlight, mighty nice. Big N, little n, what begins with those? 9 new neckties and a nightshirt and a nose. O is very useful. You use it when you say, Oscar's only ostrich oiled an orange owl today. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Painting pink pajamas, policeman in a pail, Peter Pepper's puppy, and now Papa's in the pail. Big Q, little q, what begins with Q? The quick queen of Quincy and her quacking crackaroo. Big R, little r, Rosie Robin Ross. Rosie's going riding on her red rhinoceros. Big S, little s, silly Sammy Slick. Sipped 6 sodas and got sick, sick, sick. T, 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 T. What begins with T? The tired turtles on a tuttle tree. Big U, little u. What begins with U? Uncle Ub's umbrella and his underwear too. Big V, little v. Vera Violet Vin is very, very awful on her violin. WWW, Willie Waterloo, washes Warren Wiggins, who is washing Waldo Woo. X is very useful if your name is Nixie Knox. It also comes in handy spelling X, an extra fox. Big Y, little y, a yawning yellow yak. Young Yolanda Jorgensen is yelling on his back. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Big Z, little z. What begins with Z? I do. I'm a zizzer zazzer zuzz, as you can plainly see. All right. So did you guys catch all the alliterations in that book? There was a lot, right? There was approximately 26 because that's how many letters there are in the alphabet. So for your guys' assignment today, we are going to write an alliteration. So you have a paper like this in your bag. Giselle, did you get your bag today?
Yes.
Okay, can you find the paper like this in there?
I
It has a
already-
little paper.
I have it right here in my hand.
Perfect. Nathan, do you have yours? Okay, what letter did you guys get? Nathan got a B. What about you, Giselle?
G.
G. Okay, so you guys are going to write me an alliteration. So you can write a story or you can write like a poem. I'm going to give you an example, okay? So I'm going to pull up in the chat box here. And let's say that my letter was R. Randy, the racing rhino, ran really fast. Randy, the racing rhino, raced right this way. Okay. So you can see not everything in my sentence starts with an R, but most of it does. So if you're going to write me a story, I want at least 4 sentences. So let me see if I can finish this up. Randy raced right through the red light. Rob the rabbit was going the wrong way. Racing Randy and Rob the rabbit ran right into each other. Okay, so that would be like my story. And that actually has 5 sentences in it. All right. There's also different ones you can do because there's like tongue twisters, right? Like how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? So if you want to write me like a tongue twister, you can do that also. So the first thing I would do in this assignment, you guys, is get a piece of paper and write down all the words you can think of that start with your letter. So if you guys need help coming up with those letters, let me know, or those words. I'm going to give you guys about 10 minutes to work on these, and then we're going to share them with each other.
Done.
All right, we're going to give Nathan a couple more minutes, okay? You can practice reading it in your head, okay?
I can read it on the paper.
Yeah, I just don't want you to read it out loud while Nathan's working on his. So if you're going to read it out loud, mute your microphone, okay? Perfect. Nathan's ready. Who wants to read their alliteration first?
Me.
Nathan. Nathan raised his hand first, Giselle, so let's let him read it first, okay?
No, let Giselle read first if he wants to.
Okay, Giselle, do you want to go first?
Okay. He says.
Okay.
Okay. Godzilla is far from the city. The city looked itty bitty. Buildings and homes crashed down. It just doesn't look like a city or town. This giant reptile has many spikes. On Facebook, it would get a lot of likes. Godzilla is the king of monsters all. His power and electricity will never fall.
I love it, Giselle. That was a great alliteration. All right, Nathan, do you want to read us yours?
That's my old poem from 4th grade.
Perfect. I love it. All right, Nathan, your turn.
All I did is write down words for my alliteration.
Oh, okay. So you haven't wrote your alliteration yet?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can finish doing that and turn it in when you bring your stuff back next Monday. But I did want to talk to you guys for just a little bit about some of the stuff that you saw in your bag. Okay. So I included in your bag this time a to-do list that breaks down what you guys should be doing each day. Now that everybody's back in school, your guys' workload has increased. So we will be doing language arts in our meetings, but you guys will be doing math on your own. So in the document that I put in Blooms that your parents can pull up, there are videos that you can watch to help you with math. Okay. There's some from iReady, and then there's some that I just found on YouTube that will help you guys. You need to do your vocabulary still. And I put the video to help you with that in the Blooms document as well as in the Blooms calendar. I believe it's in the calendar. And then you need to do your social studies. So just like last week, there's a paper you're going to rip out of your packet and turn in next Monday. And then there's a section that you'll do in your folder. On that to-do list has that everything that you do this week needs to be turned in on Monday, March 8th. Okay. If you guys don't turn it in by that day, then I'm not going to ask for it again. And so if it doesn't come in by the end of the semester, you're going to get zeros. All right. Because a lot of you were struggling to turn your work in last trimester, and I had to give you zeros on your progress reports. So I need you guys to make sure that you're following that checklist and turning in everything next Monday. Okay. You have 2 math quizzes that you're going to take this week. Today, you should have taken lesson 15. And then on Thursday or Friday, you need to take lesson 16 quiz. Okay? Do you guys have any questions about any of the work that was in your bag for the week? You do have your Fish in a Tree test that's in that bag as well, because we finished Fish in a Tree, which is the book we're doing for Read Out Loud. We are reading the last chapters this week. So that test needs to come back on Monday as well. All right. I know that it's a lot more work that you guys are going to be doing, but I think that you guys are going to be awesome and that you guys can keep up with it. If you have any questions, you guys can email me or message me on Blooms. Okay. And I will help you guys with anything that you need. So that alliteration paper that we did today needs to come back Monday. Okay. All right. So that's our lesson for today. Nathan, you kind of heard Giselle's, and then I read you some other alliteration. So you have some examples so you can write yours up. All right. You guys are awesome. I'll see you tomorrow where we're going to work on hyperboles. Those are pretty fun. Okay. Bye, you guys.